Hi guys, I just wanted to show and tell and talk to you about my latest VDS custom, which is a Janet leather black with contrast white stitching standard codex to fit the Hobonichi weeks, and wanted to compare it to the other similar option out there, which is the Gillio slim appunto. So I can't believe that I have been knowing VDS for 7 years and buying from them, and this is the first time I've bought Janet leather black. I think this might be my favorite Janet leather, even more than the brown, because it's beautifully soft. This to me feels the most similar to my Gillio calfskin planners, even though this is cowskin, and so it's not as soft, but it's almost indistinguishable to me. So I love it. It's beautiful. It's obviously going to patina beautifully because black just patinas so well, but it's not going to have like that uneven patinaing that comes with the brown, where you can see like the spots and you can see, every single mark, which has its place in my heart for sure. Most of my stuff is Janet leather brown, but I also sometimes just love the freedom that comes with I can do anything to this, and all it's ever really going to do is develop a shinier patina, and it's going to look beautiful. So let me just discuss what I got and my thoughts on those things. So first of all, I got contrast stitching. My thoughts on contrast stitching: when you have a planner that is genuinely handmade, like the VDSs are, and by genuine, I just mean, there's a continuum when it comes to what is handmade. And I think this is like very strongly on the handmade side of handmade. So versus, like produced on a assembly line machine, automated type process, which can still be described as handmade because there is human sort of work involved in it. Handmade is not a regulated term as far as I know. So when you have like a fully handmade product, you've got to be aware that sometimes the stitching won't be perfect. I don't think I've ever gotten a VDS where the stitching hasn't been perfect, but it's not going to be perfect every time because human error is a thing, right? So if you get contrast stitching and you happen to get one where the stitching isn't perfect, that is going to show up more if you have contrast stitching. So if you want to avoid the possibility of that, consider matching stitching. However, if you want to take a gamble because you just absolutely love the look of the contrast stitching, I just think black and white is the most beautiful combination. I could not be happier with this. I just think it adds that extra detail to this, which just makes all the difference. I love it. So I asked for the contrast stitching. I often ask for square corners, but I'm doing a bit of a transition where I think I'm finding the square corners a bit too hard lined, and I'm liking the softness of the rounded corners. The reason in the past why I've preferred the square corners is because, again, with the rounded corners, the same level of perfection that comes with square corners isn't there. If you get a VDS with square corners, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be as perfect as a Gillio's square corners are perfect. It's going to have the same look as a Gillio because there is absolutely, like, the lines are completely straight. The lines are 90-degree angles. It's perfect. Whereas if you get the rounded corners, sometimes it can look as though it's not completely symmetrical. It's not completely straight. And I'm talking about the most minuscule offness from perfection, right? Minuscule. And it might not even be a real thing. It might be something that appears to be there in the eye because of the roundedness. I don't even know, okay? But in the past, I've noticed that and not liked the rounded corners because I've wanted that complete symmetrical perfection look, right? But I don't know what it is. Lately, it's just not bothering me at all. And I'm just liking the softness that seems to be emanating from the rounded corners, And you know what? Preferring the rounded corners is great with VDS because then you don't have to pay for the square corners because they're extra. So I've got the rounded corners, but again, with the contrast stitching, again, this is perfect. But, rounded corners is more likely to be a stitching imperfection where it's not completely straight around a rounded corner than there is, I think, with square corners. It's just something I think is true. So again, just bear that in mind, I guess. All right, so this is the first time I've asked for 2 of the features that I've got on this planner. One is the A5 clasp. So this is the chunkiest clasp that they've got. I'm sure they could probably make you one custom, more chunky, but you know, this is one of the options you can ask for that's sort of like a predetermined size. It is usually, I guess, put on their A5 planners, but you can have them put on any planner. I've never asked for it before because I thought it might be too big to be proportionately pleasing, and I usually ask for the chunky, but I thought because this is a longer planner, maybe that would look good. Look, I like that I have it. It is nice, but I think chunky is the perfect size for me. An A5 might be a bit too chunky. It is cute. There is something a bit cute about this really thick strap, but I can tell, having tried it here, I think chunky is perfect for me, not the A5. But you know, it is what I asked for this one, and I'm definitely not unhappy with it. Let's open it up. This is the first time I asked for an outside slip pocket on a VDS. In the past, I haven't asked for one because I thought, like, what's the point of it? It's really just like decorative, because what are you going to put in there? And it's, you know, it's an expensive option. So do I need that to be decorative? It might add bulk to the planner, I thought. And, you know, do I actually think it looks nice? I'm not sure. Now that I've gotten it, I've answered all those questions and I was wrong. I was wrong on every front. It doesn't add bulk. It doesn't feel like it's overly thick to have this. It feels totally like you don't notice extra thickness from having this. It feels beautiful. It feels squishy and gorgeous, and it's love, love, love. I do put stuff in here. Guess what I can put in here, guys? Guess what I can put in here? I love it. So this is my phone. Oh, okay. This is my phone, and I can put. It's like one of the bigger iPhones, and I can put it in there. And I can close the strap. And so if I ever want to use this as just, you know, like a clutch type thing, I can. So I am so happy with that. You know, it's really useful. And I also got it on my most recent A6 senior rings. And again, there are things like when I get a post office pickup notice, I can put it in there, and that way I remember it's there, because otherwise I'm just going to forget. So it's amazing. I love it. Do I think it's pleasing decoratively? Absolutely. Like, it is stunning. I love, 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 love. So I definitely think it's worth it, and I'm probably going to get this on every future order because it is amazing. So, all right, let's open it up. I use this as my take it around with me Hobonichi wig / wallet. I asked for the back pocket. I'm kind of moving away from back pockets because I don't like how it affects the lay flatness of the planner. Plus, I just don't think I really use that back pocket. But there's something psychological about having the back pocket for something that is your EDC, for something that leaves the home. There is something psychologically comforting about that back pocket being there. So I decided to get it on this one. Plus, I just wanted it to be very leathery. And I love it. Okay, opening up. So I put my credit cards here. I put cash here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 credit card slots. A nice big decorative pocket there. Like a, you know, it's not a decorative pocket, but you can put decorative stuff in there. Cash slip here, another slip here. So this would be useful to put the Hobonichi Weeks accessory book. I don't put it in there because if I fatten this up too much, then when I put my phone inside here, I would have trouble closing it. So if you want to fatten it up and put your phone in, just ask for a longer clasp. I don't want a longer clasp. I'd rather just not fatten it up, you know, that way I can have it the way I want. But you know, so I'm not going to put stuff in that I don't need to put in just because I can put it in. So I haven't put anything there, but if you want that accessory book, you can put it in there. And then there is, if I just, this is the first time that I got the zipper pocket option that comes with some of their codexes. I love it. There's this little leather flap here so that the zipper does not dig into your book, which is a beautiful feature. And then I put, I won't unzip it, but I put coins in there. But the important thing to notice is it is a gusseted pocket, slightly gusseted pocket, which means that the zipper pocket is useful, you know, because it's not too tight. It's not overly gusseted, so it's not going to add an unreasonable amount of bulk to this side, which would make it difficult to write on this side. Like, that's one thing I worried about before this arrived. Would my zipper pocket just make it really unpleasant to write? And it's not the case. It is, while gusseted, slim enough that it doesn't affect, you know, the pleasure in writing on this side. And then, so love that zipper pocket. But then I didn't even notice this was here initially, and I love it so much. Another slip pocket right there, so you could put cash if you want. I put some gift voucher cards in there, and I put my stamps in this little slip pocket here. You can squeeze a credit card in to this, but like, it's a bit of a squeeze against the sides, which is something I don't enjoy doing because I worry. So I've just put my stamps in there, which is great. And I've got the normal pen loop in the center here, one pen loop, and that is it. So I love it. Like, every time I get a VDS, I just think, wowee, like, you guys are amazing. You know, and I can never help, like, saying to Petra in the next email, I got this and it's so beautiful. And I'm like, don't say it, because does she really need to read another thing? Like, she's already got so many emails she needs to read, even though it's a compliment. Does she really need to read one more thing that you don't absolutely have to send? But I can't help it, because I just have to tell her how great it is. So I just want to compare it to the Gillio Slim Appunto. The leathers on both are gorgeous. Now, the poppers in the Gillio are currently all silver. You can choose what color popper you want. On the VDS, I've obviously gone with silver because it's a black and white kind of theme that I'm going for there. The pen loop on the Gillio is a little bit raised. It's something I have in the past really liked, to have the pen loop raised, so that I can put the pen loop, I can put the pen in through the hook. If you're using a chunkier pen, I think that's really useful to have the pen loop a little bit higher up. However, if you're using a normal size pen, I do find that centering the loop is the nicest experience, because then this bottom part of the pen isn't free to move around like this a little bit, or to be a little bit off center when you close it. The pen will lie the nicest straight if it's in the center, you know. But this is good if you're using a bigger sized pen. It also has a zip pocket, but the zip pocket has no gusset whatsoever, and honestly, it makes it a very impractical zip pocket. I have used this zip pocket many a times. I tend to store coins and extra cards in there, and it's fine for storage purposes. But as soon as you're actually out and you need to take that stuff out. Oh, who's calling me? I just need to check that it's not my husband. Oh, it is. Hang on. Hello? Yes? Oh, yeah. Has she got her hood on, bub? Okay. Oh no, do you want to maybe just come, do you want to just come back then? Just come back. There's no point forcing it through. If it's raining and she's in a terrible mood, it's only going to go like badly. It's up to you. I'll let you decide. Oh, well then, okay, well, you decide what you think, you know, is helpful for her. And if it's not helping her and it's just making it worse, feel free to call it a day. That's okay. Okay, bye, bub. Sorry, guys. It's just that this is my second time filming, and after my family is back, I'm just not going to have another opportunity for a while. And I just want to show you this. Okay, so, sorry about that. Okay, so practically when you're out and about and then you open this and you want to actually use the things you've put in, it is not doable. You're trying to force your hand through, you're trying to pull stuff out, things are falling out, the book is falling out, you're holding onto your child, you can't get the thing out. It's not good. If you're going to have a zipper that's useful when you're out and about, there needs to be some form of gusset so that you can actually get stuff out with some sort of ease. So that's what I'd say about that. And then it's got this flap pocket here, which you could use to put the Hobonichi page holders in. So that's a very Hobonichi specific flap. You can put other stuff in there too, of course. But I definitely find this this design with the full length slip pocket here, more useful. And you also get this additional little pocket. This little pocket is quite small, but like this huge slip pocket I find like very useful on this side, along with the gusseted zip, of course. So this is a slip pocket here, and then you've got one slip pocket here, a slip pocket on the outside, and then you've got, again, 6 credit card slots and a U-shaped pocket there. So with the VDS, you can ask for a slip pocket on the outside. It's obviously, every time you get a customization, it will cost more because it takes longer and more human time, labor is spent creating that for you. So every customization costs more. But you can ask for that if you want. That's one of the amazing things about VDS. You can ask for anything you want, but, you know, it will come at a cost. So I do love the ease of having this here because it's easy to pull out your money. However, there is a slight risk as you use it and it loosens up and stuff, that when you open it, the stuff falls out. So when you have the slip on the inside, it's maybe not 100% as convenient, but you don't worry as much about the stuff falling out. And of course, if you have an outside slip pocket, you can always just put cash in there, you know. It's kind of perfect. But yeah, so this has also got the big back pocket here. This has got bookmarks. I don't like the bookmarks because whenever I put the bookmarks into the book, I forget they're there. I try to pull the book out. It gets stuck. It pulls. And I don't think that these Hobonichi style bookmarks are the best kind of bookmarks for use anyway, because it's hard to distinguish which one of these is on which page when you're looking for something. I think people who've used it will know exactly what I mean. Anyway, so, however, I think this is great value for these features. The main drawback, however, is the size. It's just too big. I think the logic that they were employing was that if we make it oversized, if we make it big, then it suits everybody. You know, we cast a really wide net of inclusion where this will now be a size that fits people who want to put 2 Hobonichi weeks into their planner for whatever reason, and it will also fit those who just want to use one. However, I think the logic is flawed personally, because if you just want to fit one, then in my mind this doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit 1 Hobonichi weeks, and yet it is a Hobonichi weeks cover. I don't even think it fits the mega, whereas the standard codex, so VDS has a standard codex and a standard codex mega for the mega weeks, but the standard codex will fit both. And it's a great fit for both. Like, it's a very comfortable fit. So I think that by making it big enough that it fits both, they've actually only made it to fit the people who want 2 books, which I don't actually think is the majority. Maybe it is the majority. Unfortunately, I don't think so. And I'm not part of that group who put 2 weeks in their books. I just want 1. And for me, this just doesn't fit the Hobonichi weeks. It's just too big. Just like I wouldn't wear clothes that were 1 or 2 sizes too big for me, because they don't look good and they don't feel good. And that's exactly how I feel about this, which is unfortunate because I love this. Like, I love all the features you get for the price and all the leather options. Now, I think the issue with VDS, more expensive, you got to wait longer, and more limited colors in the Janet leather, right? So of course I would want this to be something that works for me, so that I don't, so that I can, I would still get VDSs because you can customize them and you can make them exactly what you want. But while I was waiting for my custom to arrive, I would be happily using these, and I would love these, and I'd use them a lot. But because it just doesn't fit the Hobonichi weeks, I don't use it. I can cut down a book, a blank notebook to fit this, but I'm not really a blank notebook user. So even though I try to do that, it doesn't tend to work out for me. So I think that's a massive shame. And I wish that was a bit different. So that is my comparison and my thoughts on this. I love this. Oh, VDS. I've never been more grateful for any company in the planosphere as you guys. I think you're amazing. And I, look forward to using this beautiful thing. Okay, catch you guys later. Bye. And let me know what your thoughts are on any of this stuff, because I love to talk planners. I love it. Okay, bye.